यस सर।
थोड़ा जल्दी करो भाई।
हो गई है, चेक कराया होगा नोटिफिकेशन यूट्यूब पे जा। ये शेयर कर दे सर को।
फिर मैं लिंक भेजता हूँ। So we are live now.
यस सर।
फिर मैं लिंक भेजता हूँ। So we are live now. Piyush, please share this link, this fresh link to everybody. फिर मैं लिंक भेजता हूँ। And please delete the old link. Okay, I'll get the old link deleted. So we are live now. Piyush, please share this link, this fresh link to everybody. Okay, so some technical glitches on this thing, everybody. Can you all hear me? Welcome, Pandeyji.
Yes.
Welcome, sir,
Yes,
to the
yes.
live screening. It took us some
Thank you.
time, technology. And welcome, Amir and Mahinder, all the way from Mukteshwar. It is very cold. बहुत ठंड हो रही होगी वहाँ, but great that we could go live. And I would request Piyush, you can please also tell others who are kind of listening to us to share the link. So please do that. Okay. Okay. So now, guys, as we go live, I wanted to share. Thankfully, Amitabh ji is with us, and we will have a chat today. The whole progression is we'll use some slides. The penumbra has just started some time back, and what we have for you is something very unique in the sense that this is the first time, at least we are doing it. I'm sure some people globally have done it, but since at Starscapes we have some great locations across India where from we can do live, and today we are coming live from Mukteshwar. The whole reason being that Mukteshwar has lovely clear skies at this time of the year. South of India, of course, it's still sometimes we are getting the monsoon. So thankfully, it's a clear sky up there. Delhi, in fact, had some clouds today from where I am talking. And where are you based currently, Pandeyji? Sir?
I'm in Bagbe, Rajasthan.
Wonderful. So that also has great clear skies, correct?
Yeah, sky is a bit cloudy, but the sky is clear. The scattered clouds are there. Otherwise, it's
Okay,
cloudy.
great. So we at Starscapes, you can go to our website. I won't talk much about it because anyway, it's a YouTube channel of ours. But we are one of a kind where we have observatories across India as well as partner ones. So just to kind of take up the audience as well as those who will watch it late, because it's quite an unearthly hour on Saturday night. So while you are partying away, some of us, as you can see, will be discussing in this live stream. Uh, uh, this Are you able to all see my video on the YouTube? I think we are. Any issues there? Can
I
you
can't see
confirm?
video. Okay.
Okay. Piyush, are you able to? Is my YouTube video coming? The slides?
Yes.
Okay. So it may be just a lag, Amitabh ji, at your location, because I can also see it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it must be that. So just continuing, essentially we are doing this live stream to share a bit about what lunar eclipse is and its brief history, understand why lunar eclipses happen, how often they occur, and see a partial lunar eclipse live. You might be wondering that it's already 11:30, it's almost midnight. Why aren't we rushing it? Because we do understand that while you will see it up close from our 8-inch and DSLR, beam to your home and on YouTube, the penumbra part is there, which is not as dramatic, of course, from a visual appeal. So now, just to share, Amitabh ji, would you like to share a little bit? I am running this slide. That what exactly is an eclipse?
Okay. So the eclipse usually carries a bad omen in the say popular imagination, but eclipses
Mhm.
are pretty common phenomena. Every year there are at least two eclipses. Eclipse primarily means either sun or moon is not visible, and say
Mhm.
like say sun not visible in the night. So usually like say there is some pretty sunny day, and suddenly it start getting darkening, and then suddenly sun disappears. That is a solar eclipse. So
Okay.
this and the lunar eclipse you happens on the full moon night. So there is a very bright moon you see, and suddenly moon start getting darkening, and as if the phases are going to happen, it could appear quite similar to lunar phases at the time of lunar eclipse, but slightly different. So moon get darker in color, sometimes looks bloody blood red in color. So people used to get scared by this natural phenomena because this is out of ordinary. So now we know pretty well that the lunar and solar eclipse caused by the shadows. So if
Mm.
the moon shadow falls on Earth, so then there is a solar eclipse. So that can only happen when moon is exactly between Earth and the sun, and that time it is a new moon time. So on the new moon
Yeah.
night and when new moon day, when sun moon are in perfect alignment, so moon hides the disk of the sun. That is solar eclipse. And during lunar eclipse, our shadow falls on the moon. So
Thank,
yeah,
thank
that
you
is
so
pretty
much.
well about it.
I think we had not. Are you able to see the slides, sir, currently, or is it just
Uh,
because of?
on my
I think
screen, the video is still missing.
so. Maybe it is just a bit of speed of internet. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just to introduce ourselves, I am Ramashish Ray. We didn't do that at the start. I am the founder for Starscapes, and we have Amitabh Pandey sir, who is a doyen in this, and he is our mentor for Starscapes. Has been there from the day we started few years back. And at Mukteshwar, we have Amir. Amir, you can say hi, and Mahinder, if you can just uh, do
Hello
like
guys.
this.
Hi.
Yeah, you guys are ये मुक्तेश्वर में है एंड वहाँ पे शायद ठंड ऑलमोस्ट 8 डिग्री की और मे भी कम है, टोपियां पहनी हुई है, हम लोग टी शर्ट में गुड़गांव में है. सो सर देर इज अ ये स्लाइड पे आई वाज जस्ट शेयरिंग that I believe almost there could be 4 to 7 times a year this phenomenon of some eclipse or the other may be happening across the world,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, they actually there are minimum two eclipse happens every year, and
Okay.
maximum number of eclipse can happen is seven. And usually the
Okay.
eclipse, and the other thing about eclipse, they happen season. So, for example, this is eclipse season. So, exactly
Hmm.
6 months apart, there will be another season. So, there will be some more eclipse. So, the maximum number of eclipse can happen one season. So, suppose there is a total solar eclipse or annular solar eclipse. So, before that and after that, within 15 days, there can be two lunar eclipses. So up to
Okay.
four or five eclipses are quite common, but seven is a rare when that time the alignment has to be more perfect. So yeah,
Okay.
so minimum two eclipses you can see here, or three or four or five are quite usual.
Okay. So on the screen, we are showing some images to the team on
Yeah,
the right side. If you see fact three, I don't know whether you are able to
yeah, I
see.
can see that. Yeah, now.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a typical solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse, and whereas in the middle you have a annular eclipse or a totality, in fact, in right in the middle. So before we, as we move ahead, and the screens also take some time on YouTube. आमिर, क्या हम एक बार मून की झलक देख सकते हैं स्लाइड्स को थोड़ी देर
यस।
बंद करके?
सो अभी जो लाइव व्यू है मून का
पॉसिबल है तो
स्क्रीन पर आ
एक
गया
हमको
तो।
झलक मिलेगी, मे बी वी कैन सी सम ऑफ द क्रेटर्स एक्सेट्रा.
डन सर।
ओके, सो it will come on the screen, na? YouTube screen.
यस।
Okay, we will wait for that. So जब तक हम उसका वेट कर रहे हैं, I have moved the slide a little bit, but lovely. So is this those who are watching? Piyush, you can ask. Maybe I think you can send the link again to some people and send a screenshot. So, uh, Amitabh sir, are you able to see the moon live on the screen, YouTube
No, I
screen?
can't see. I can't see. My video is still missing. But
Okay,
YouTube is window. I can't see video. Only see the wallpaper.
okay. So, Piyush, maybe you can take a image of it and send it to sir, just to show that. And I really hope, sir, your Wi-Fi, etc., some connection becomes better, because as the umbra starts coming and the moon starts becoming reddish, of course you can see it live in Barmer. I'm sure you can go out and see the. But this shot where we are able to see, quite a bit of close up is very interesting of the moon, because in this we are able to see the famous rabbit and the images. So it'll be great if you could talk a little bit about what all we can see on the moon and what are the features, because that's coming live right now. Amitabh ji?
I can't see the. I just got the image of the moon I've seen through our telescope. So
Yes.
yes. So in this, we can see the Maria, dark Maria is fully visible, and
Hmm.
we can see the craters also. Tycho crater is about at 11 o'clock position. We can see.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
this is.
Hmm.
So as the eclipse
Uh,
will begin, we'll see as if the one limb will start darkening, and
okay.
that as if somebody has taken bite out of the moon. So that created
Ah,
the myth that there's a demon that eats the moon. So then slowly,
ah,
slowly the bite size increases and more and more moon become dark.
hmm.
And so today's partial lunar eclipse. So we won't be having fun to see the blood moon or the dark moon. And this darkening of the moon, actually, moon should have become totally dark.
Hmm.
But interesting, because Earth got atmosphere, So total sunlight is not blocked. A lot of light gets scattered by Earth's atmosphere,
Hmm.
and that falls on the moon. That creates a moon a dark tinge. And the darkening, how much dark will become, what color we will get, that is always a surprise, but more or less it depend upon the dust in Earth's atmosphere. So
Uh,
if there is a volcanic eruption, dust storm, that time total lunar eclipse look the best.
okay. Amir, can you zoom in on one part? I am just a little worried, and Piyush, you should take screenshots and send it to sir. I just want to understand that also one more thing, that do you think we need to really increase the brightness, or sir, do you think this is good enough? Because will we be able to understand from this? That's why I'm trying to see if we can make it a little closer. So if you can
Yes,
zoom on. Yeah.
the moon brightness keeps on changing as the eclipse progresses. So we have to keep
Okay.
on adjusting the exposure. That is
Okay.
important. And when you're taking a video or photograph of the
Hmm.
eclipsing moon,
Hmm.
so that sometimes causes confusion. And so there is a very
Yeah.
request as if the moon eclipse is at different stage. So it should look same from every location, but the exposure is different. So moon looks little different from different location. So the brightness we have to keep on adjusting as the eclipse progresses.
Yeah.
But because it's not total today, so it won't make much difference. Yeah, but you can maybe brighten it a little bit.
Okay, so that's a lovely close up. आमिर, ये हम क्या
Yeah.
पार्ट देख रहे हैं? Would you like to share? ये कोई
तो
वॉल्केनिक, ये कोई
ये जो
क्रेटर देख रहे
है
हैं हम, या
मून का सबसे बिगेस्ट क्रेटर है टाइको।
पीयूष, you could maybe you could share this with Amitabh ji, the screen. We have really done a close up of the screen. Did you get the image, sir?
Let me see. Yeah, and I got not. I haven't got the new image. I'm still seeing the old. Only one image I got.
Okay.
That's the old one.
Piyush, can you send the close up image? Sadly, in spite of this thing, I think Barmer, it has, the speed is a little less. Uh,
I'm using data. I don't have Wi-Fi connection right now with me. It was working since
no,
the evening.
yeah. So Piyush, you can take some screenshots and send it to sir directly.
Yeah, I got one. I got one.
Uh,
Uh, not very clear. Yeah, I can't make out craters and all in this. Yeah, so
तो
Let us zoom out.
राइट
राइट
नाउ
नाउ
ये जो
ये जो
सेंटर में
सेंटर
है
में है
ये
ये
मून का
मून का
सबसे बड़ा
सबसे बड़ा
क्रेटर
क्रेटर
देख रहे हैं आप
आप लोग
लोग इसका
Hmm.
नाम
इसका नाम
टाइको है।
टाइको है।
अच्छा,
इसके
इसके
अराउंड में
अराउंड
ये
में ये
रेजेस
रेजेस से भी जाते हुए आपको नजर आ
होंगे
रहे
ना,
होगे ना,
लाइंस होंगी
लाइंस
काफी
होगी
सारी।
काफी सारी,
एंड
एंड
सेंटर में ये
सेंटर में ये
सबसे बड़ा
सबसे
सा
बड़ा सा
सर्कल।
सर्कल।
hmm. थोड़ा सा मूवमेंट आई थिंक, बिकॉज हाँ, अब थोड़ा क्लियर हुआ है ये. यस, नाउ वी कैन सी दी, वेरी राइट. That's quite a bit of a close up. It's just that I think on YouTube and this thing, of course, in live, these lines and these shapes are much more clearer. So, Amitabh sir, maybe you can try without your video if the screen YouTube starts coming for you. That may give you a better feel. Because what people are seeing now is a close up of the moon, and the whole idea of doing the streaming for and trying this as a first, this thing is that when the umbra happens, we will be able to actually see the shadow in a
yeah,
better. Yeah.
yeah. So the last image I can see the yeah, the sun. I can see the Tycho crater clearly.
Yeah.
There's a yeah, I can see it.
So I think Amir, you should also थोड़ा सा brightness हल्का देखो by increase करने से, but sometimes higher brightness also leads to the features not been
So the
seen.
last image is a bit better. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
ये
yeah.
So Tycho is a pretty large crater. It is about 102 kilometer in diameter, and one of the youngest crater.
Hmm.
Where it has a bright rays coming out of it. The ray are
Yeah.
made by the material ejected from the crater after the impact.
Achha, that's the dust and particles. Because it almost
Yeah.
looks
So
almost on
it
a
must have
close-up.
been about say yeah, about 10 to 20 kilometer size asteroid or comet that struck Moon and made this crater.
Which is quite big actually. That can even that
Yeah.
size of crater can cause immense damage even on Earth if it landed
Yeah.
here.
Uh,
Uh,
and this crater has been made after the dinosaurs become extinct on Earth. So this is it.
yeah.
The,
So Amir, let's go back to the presentation maybe for some time, and yeah, and then we come back to the live this thing. Uh, uh, because I don't think we are able to perceptibly see any impact right now. I think
because
that
it is a still penumbral phase, so we won't able to make out
yeah.
there's a difference. Once the umbrella eclipse begins, then that time we clearly you can spot it.
So let's go through the presentation again, and then maybe I think the Umbra phase is from 1 o'clock, right? I think it's
Yeah.
1:05 or something like that. Yes. So if we can come back to the presentation,
आ गया
maybe.
सर प्रेजेंटेशन.
Okay. I'm just waiting for it to come on the YouTube. There is obviously a lag between. We are, of course, streaming this not using very fancy this thing, but from our homes and the best Wi-Fi which could be available in Mukteshwar. So most of our observatories are naturally in low light areas. Sadly, in Delhi or a Bombay or a Bangalore, there is not much we can see, and therefore the objective here was that this event or tomorrow Jupiter or Saturn, we would be able to show you. Amit, do you also have some live images of Saturn or Jupiter you had taken yesterday? Then if you can keep them ready later, we can see. ऐसा देख सकते हैं क्या? Along with the eclipse.
हाँ मैं इसका जो जुपिटर की जो लाइव शॉट्स है
हाँ,
प्रोसेसिंग की पिक्चर्स है मैं उनको दिखाऊंगा एंड में.
ठीक है. तो थोड़ा सा इसको आगे बढ़ते हैं. So Amitabh ji, let's talk a little bit. You were touching about the very interesting thing of humans and their interaction and the cultural things which have been going on. So some data we picked up. It's very interesting that the earlier stone petroglyphs which people had drawn somewhere in Ireland apparently does mention in a spiral drawings shape that they had actually recorded the eclipse in human history. I don't know if you are able to see my screen on Google or on the YouTube. I think it has still not come.
I
And
can
they
see a screen. Yeah, I can see a screen on Google. Yeah.
And
So
like you were saying, I think in 1200 BC, and even in India, we have, I was seeing recently studying, in fact, some of the news items today which were coming out, etc., and they were talking of, various things, culturally, do's, don'ts, don't eat after sundown, and, don't venture out, and this, etc. And I think this has come from the fact, like if you see, when people, in April, we just put this as April 3, but in 33 CE, we don't know exactly, but it talks about the Christian text does mention that when the moon turned to blood after Jesus's crucifixion, maybe people were actually potentially referring to a lunar eclipse which happened on April 333 CE. What do you say about that? I think that links
Yeah, that
nicely
could have
to.
been. That could have been. Lot of and mythology, be it Christian mythology or Hindu mythology, every
Hmm.
mythology have, and in the fiction also. So this
Hmm.
suddenly moon turning blood color, it is a very, like say, usually people think it's a bad omen. So
Hmm.
people might have linked these two phenomena together. So maybe real, may not be real. So usually, but certain things get lumped together in the mythological story weaving. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that similar mentioned there Mahabharata also. Mahabharata also have triple eclipse falling
Hmm.
and people believe that caused the Mahabharata war. This is very surprising. Nobody mentions Draupadi's issue. So
Ah,
people
ah.
have mixed ideas about the eclipse and its causes and its effect on the human society.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think some of it is linked to when I was in Finland. I recall, even now there are some interesting stories even around auroras. For the
yeah,
very fact that when people don't understand the science behind it or the cause, there is a fear which comes in, and all sorts of things are ascribed to it out of that fear. But one interesting experiment which I have just put it, I think it was with the solar eclipse 1919 to prove Einstein's theory that gravity bends time. That detailed photographs were taken of a star,
yeah, yeah.
right? It's a
So
very interesting one. Do you
Einstein, like say, first we have to understand what Einstein actually had discovered. And
Yeah,
his theory of general relativity had
mm,
very strange prediction. And that says that though light is as a modern understanding of light is made up of massless particle called photon, and we always assume in optics we learn the light travels in a straight line. But
yeah,
Einstein relativity predicted that the presence of heavy mass will also bend path of light because
okay,
there is a complex thing to understand. But yeah, it says the space itself, a time is distorted by the mass.
mm,
So the theory predicted okay, that light rays will be bent by presence of heavy mass. So there's another physicist, Eddington, who had said okay, there is eclipse going to happen. So let us see if this bears out in real nature or not. So,
yeah,
as you know, okay, normally when the sun is there in the sky, we can't see the stars. And the most massive thing close to Earth is the sun. Okay,
yes,
99% mass of the solar system is in the sun.
yeah,
So, according to prediction, when the total eclipse happened, the star near at the time eclipse is happening and the total
mm,
eclipse, the star near the sun will be appear to be deflected away from the sun because of the bending of the light. Like when the
mm,
light, when we dip a pencil in a glass of water, we can see the
yeah,
pencil appear to be broken, bent. Similar thing
yes,
will happen here, according to Eddington. So when the light, so the star which happens to very close to disk of the sun at the time of eclipse, the position will be shifted slightly away from the actual position. And when the
mm.
photographs were taken, it was found to be happening. So the solar eclipse was used to prove the Einstein theory of general relativity.
That's awesome. In fact, and just imagine this being done in 1919, and they had done an expedition to go to the right spot.
Yeah.
So the kind of effort, it's quite a story in itself. And thanks for sharing that, sir. And I believe even lunar eclipse, there are studies done now. Of course, there are a lot of probes on the moon, but science has always been fascinated to see the temperature drop, or what's the impact,
Yes. Yes.
etc., right? Which
Solar
even on
eclipses
an.
are more dramatic. They're more dramatic, but lunar eclipses are subtle, but they are also very interesting phenomena. So yeah,
Yeah,
so we can so when moon enter the shadow of the Earth, so we see the dimming. We can see the shadow moving over the crater we see from the through using telescope. So then suddenly in the full moon time and sky get dark. So that is very
yeah,
interesting phenomenon. So that people are studying behavior of animals also at the time of
mm,
solar eclipse and maybe at time of lunar eclipse also. So this is something out of ordinary. Temperature drop is measured by the many experiments done by the student during the solar
mm,
eclipse. But yeah, we can see that what has happened on the moon also. When there's a moon comes under shadow of Earth. So yeah, so the moon temperature at those locations, temperature also will start dropping.
Yeah. In fact, there is a. I was just going through that in December 2011. Actually, NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter was gathering data how quickly the moon's day side, which is the side, of course, that faces always locked to Earth, cools during a lunar eclipse. So apparently, by doing exact measurements of the area of the moon surface, they were trying to understand which, and the temperature drops, which areas will cool faster and which which are rougher with boulders and which are flat. Quite exacting. I would really wonder because they had the reconnaissance orbiter which was going around and it could actually do this kind of sensitive measurements. So quite interesting. Now let's maybe move on to a little bit about the eclipse itself. Are you able to see my slides on Google currently? Not on YouTube, sir.
I just
Uh, yeah, yeah.
let's see.
So yeah. So there is a lag, just to tell you, about 15-20 seconds between what we are talking and as it appears on YouTube. Of course, lunar eclipses can be seen from the Earth at night. Now, why do these always occur when the moon is full? And what is the difference between the total and the penumbral and the partial? If you would shed some light, sir.
Okay. Hmm. So as we're discussing when the shadow of Earth falls on the moon, that
Hmm.
is lunar eclipse. So for that to
Yeah.
happen, the alignment has to be like this, okay, that the sun is on one side, Earth is in the middle, and moon is on the other side. So for
Hmm.
at that time, when the moon, Earth is in the middle, sun on one side, moon on the other side, so the side of the moon out towards Earth will be having full daytime. So that will be the time of full moon time. So the
Yeah.
lunar eclipse always happens on the full moon time, and
Hmm.
or lunar eclipse on the other side. So solar eclipse on the other hand, what happens when the Earth, moon comes between Earth and the sun. So at
That's
that
the
time,
new moon.
naturally, the side of the moon
Hmm.
towards Earth will be dark because the sun is shining on the other side. So that is time of the new moon. So the eclipses always happen. So like
Hmm.
solar eclipse always happen when there is a new moon. Lunar eclipse happen when it is full moon. But the interesting question is why it doesn't happen every month? Technically, should the lunar and solar eclipse should have every month there should be two eclipses at the time of full moon. That it should be lunar eclipse and at the time of new moon should be solar eclipse. And that happens
Yes.
because the lunar orbit around the Earth is not in the same plane as the Earth is orbit around the Sun. There is about 5 degree difference. So the moon orbit
Yeah.
is tilted by about 5 degree, 5.1 or 2 degree. So
Hmm.
because of that reason, the moon usually doesn't come exactly in between. So our moon is either past north of the sun, and towards south of the sun. Interestingly, the apparent size of sun, moon, as seen from the Earth sky, is almost same. They cover
Hmm.
roughly about half degree area in the sky. So though the sun is very large, but it's quite far away. Moon is very smaller than sun, but close to the and accidentally the apparent size are almost same. And because of that, moon can cover at the time of total eclipse the total disk of the sun.
Yeah.
So this doesn't happen every month. This happened in 2 years, 1 year on this side, other side. So when moon orbit, lunar orbit, when it at the point it crosses the Earth orbit around the sun, at that point
Hmm.
when the
Hmm.
lunar when moon is on that point, and that this line apparent path of the sun around the in the sky, because we actually don't see Earth going around the sun. We see the sun rising and setting in the sky. So there is
Hmm.
the Earth path around the sun is seen as the imaginary path of the sun around Earth, and that path is called ecliptic. So when moon happen to be have a full or new and happen to lie on exactly on ecliptic, it means
Hmm.
lunar orbit is actually crossing the ecliptic. So that
Mm.
time eclipse happens. So this chances are there. At least there will be two times. Sometimes there can be more, depend upon
Mm.
this alignment when this alignment going to happen. So actually, in the lunar and solar eclipse can be of various kinds. For example, take solar eclipse.
Yeah.
Sometimes the alignment is not perfect, so the entire disk of sun is not covered. So that
Yeah.
is called partial eclipse. So moon cover
Mm.
part of the sun disk, not the full. And when
Mm.
the entire sun is covered by the disk of the moon, that is called total solar eclipse. But there
Mm.
can be another kind of eclipse because there another factor is there. The moon
Mm.
orbit around the Earth is not perfectly circular. The orbit is
Mm.
elliptical. So
Mm.
sometimes moon is a little closer to Earth, sometimes a little further away from the Earth. So as I
Mm.
mentioned, usually roughly moon and the sun appear to almost same size in the sky. I said almost, not exactly. So when moon happens to be little closer to Earth at the time of say solar eclipse going to happen, that is time of new
Mm.
moon. So the entire disk of sun will be covered. But at other times, moon can be slightly away from from this distance because the
Mm.
electricity of the lunar orbit around the sun. So when moon is away and eclipse is happening, that time it will be annular solar eclipse. So entire disk of sun won't be covered. There will be thin ring, and it looks very beautiful through if you see through filter. You can't see with naked eye. You either take photograph or see through proper proof filter. You see like a golden bangle or golden ring around the sun. That is called annular eclipse, annular solar eclipse. So when it
But
comes to
lunar.
lunar eclipse,
Yes.
yeah,
Go ahead, sir.
you are
Yeah.
saying something.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
But we take in a case of lunar eclipse, it
Mm.
also can have a different kind. Like the today's lunar eclipse is called partial eclipse. So lunar
Mm.
eclipse can be basically can be three kind.
Mm.
But what happened? What happening at the time of lunar eclipse? Moon is entering Earth's shadow. And if
Yeah.
anybody observes shadow of any object falling on the ground or somewhere, the shadows are not always sharp. Shadows can
Yes.
be the edges of shadow can be very blurry. So the
Mm.
Earth shadow had two parts, which is there in this sky, because when the sun is one side, there always be shadow of Earth. At least only happen when the moon enters this shadow. So there is an
Mm.
outer faint part of the shadow, it is less dark, that is called penumbra, and there is the inner shadow which is darker, and we will call umbra. So sometimes
Mm.
a moon passes through, for example, penumbra only. So that is again that is called a partial eclipse because and so the partial eclipse can sometimes only in the entire penumbra doesn't the moon doesn't pass through entire penumbra. Part of the moon is still in the full sunlight. But then can
Mm.
be penumbral eclipse when the moon passes through inside the penumbra. But the darkening is so slight we can't see immediately judge that this eclipse has begun. But we take observe, take some photometric measurement, take photograph. That time in that we can make out. And then the third kind of eclipse is the partial eclipse. In this eclipse, the moon passes through umbra, but not again fully. Some part of the
Mm.
moon umbra, the shadow doesn't fall. It is still in penumbra,
Mm.
like today's lunar eclipse. And then there are total lunar eclipse. When the moon passes through the darkest part of the shadow, and the entire moon gets submerged into umbral shadow of the earth. So that is a total lunar eclipse. So today's lunar eclipse is a partial umbral eclipse. So the part of the moon will fall, the umbral shadow will fall there. So it will be partial lunar eclipse today.
So, of course, thankfully, to see the lunar eclipse, unlike the solar eclipse, we don't really need any equipment or safety issues. It's that's the good
Yeah, so
part.
this is the very interesting part. I should want to talk about this also. First thing,
Yes.
lunar eclipses are totally safe. There's no issue because what we are seeing the shadow of Earth on the moon. So no
Yes.
dangerous radiation. Actually, whatever radiation, solar radiation falling on the moon, they are not reaching the moon surface because the moon is coming under our shadow. So
Mm.
watching lunar eclipse, you can watch it any way you like. You can use your naked eye, use eyes. You can use binocular. You can use telescope, whatever the power of telescope. You can use anything, any equipment to watch lunar eclipse. Solar
Mm.
eclipse, on the other hand, are tricky in that way. And
Mm.
that when we should we have to go to basics first. The
Yeah.
sunlight is so bright If you look at the sun, even for a fraction of second, it can damage our retina because there is
Yes.
a lens in our eye which focuses eyes on the retina. So I think within the say 20 or 30 of the second, if the light falls on retina, it will do some damage because the retinal cell will start burning, and unfortunately, there are no nerve cell that can give us feeling of pain. All the nerves
Mm.
are busy in sending information to the brain. So when retina burns, we don't even know if our retina is burning. So
Good Lord.
for that reason, lunar eclipse can be dangerous. Solar eclipse can be dangerous. So to watch solar eclipse, we have to use some safe method. So the
Mm.
safest method is using projection method. If we have some
Mm.
kind of say projector we can use a telescope to project image of the sun. We can the best is we can use a pinhole camera.
Mm.
So that anybody can any child can construct a pinhole camera. At our
Mm.
observatory, we also have model working pinhole camera that can be used for watching solar eclipses. So,
Mm.
this camera have a small hole on one side. The lens is not required, and there is
Mm.
a screen or wall on the other side. Make the image of the sun. So, if you anybody remember standing below a tree, which leaves are very fine. Sometimes we
Mm.
see a circle of light below the tree. Each
Yeah.
circle light actually image of the sun. The leaves are
Mm.
acting as a pinhole camera. So even if you stand below a tree, you can watch the solar eclipse. And when it is a partial eclipse happening, so when the
Mm.
moon starts covering disk of the sun, it is called
Mm.
partial eclipse. But you should not watch even partial eclipse without the safety measure.
Yeah.
So if you have a proper solar filter or a pinhole camera or a sun image projector, we can use that. Once the eclipse is total, when the
Yeah.
entire disk of the sun is covered by the moon, it is totally safe to watch. So
Mm.
till the disk of the sun is covered by the moon. Annular eclipse, on other hand, again not safe to watch with naked eye without any proper filter because some disk of sun is still exposed. Even say 2 or 3% disk of the sun can do retinal damage. So
Mm.
when the eclipse is total, we can watch with naked eye, we can watch using telescope or even binocular till the eclipse is total. So before ending the totality and even few in the 10-15 seconds before the totality ends, we should have stopped watching the sun with naked eye or through equipment. And then you can again use solar filters or pinhole camera or the projector to watch the partial eclipse of the sun. But the myth around sun at the time of solar eclipse is the sun emits some dangerous radiation that poisons our food and some bad effect we can happen upon. That is all myth and superstition. There is no scientific basis to it. In fact, when the eclipse happens, sunlight and solar rays are actually cut down, even at the time of partial
Yeah.
eclipse.
So, sir, just I think you can see this image now. It talks of this is actually an equatorial model which we have. So this is a lovely shot to actually which is from our observatory at uh, Mukteshwar. So Amir, if you are there, maybe if you can show us how Jupiter or Saturn looks from our observatory, and then we move back to the moon after that, and maybe take off. Just let's see the Jupiter and Saturn if you can. Amir, are you there?
Yes. I'm
I'm
showing.
showing. Uh,
Yeah,
Taking
Taking
1 minute.
1 minute.
no problem. So it's quite late today. The last lunar eclipse. I don't know whether you saw it just a year back or something, year and a half, maybe 2 years back. It was early evening, so it was not so late. Which I remember going out of the the Delhi Gurgaon landscape just to see, because the reddening effect was much better at a clearer sky. Uh, yeah, so once you have shown, let us know. I have just put the uh, the presentation back to the front this thing, and as we wait for Amra to shape up, which will be at 105. uh, Piyush, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so when we have the umbra phase, which is at 1:05 a.m., and we can see the moon getting eaten up, if we can say that, and that shot, do take some screenshots and maybe share it with our friends and followers and team members, so that those who maybe their signal or they are watching on a phone or it's quite late, they can at least get an idea of how it is looking. Yeah,
Sure.
thank you so much. So now we will wait for Samit. There is some disturbance, I think, which has happened on the.
वो मेरे यहाँ से आया था, सॉरी,
Okay.
गलती से उसको दूसरा लिंक कर दिया.
Now I'm talking about the YouTube. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so oh, that's Jupiter there, right? Uh, Again, it disappeared. Yeah. So, Amir, this was similarly taken from the same telescope. ये कब लिया था? Yesterday, day before?
ये 26 अक्टूबर के फोटो है. इसी टेलीस्कोप से हमने कैप्चर करा था.
अच्छा. और
तो
इसमें
लगभग इसमें टोटल 5000 शॉट्स है,
अच्छा.
जिसको हमने स्टैक करने के बाद, प्रोसेस करने के बाद ये इमेज.
This is quite remarkable. What do you say, Amitabh ji?
मेरे
Quite
बहुत
a, quite a
ब्लर
sharp
आ
image.
रहा है, मेरे में पता नहीं क्यों है. I can see
नहीं, इसमें
Jupiter and 3 moon.
yes, yes. I think that is what he's trying to show. इसमें क्या है, आयो, गैनेमेड सारे ही दिख रहे हैं शायद, है ना? चौथा मून नहीं दिख रहा.
यस, इसमें 3 मून्स विजिबल है, आयो, यूरोपा एंड गैनीमेड.
ओके.
फोर्थ मून फ्रेम के बाहर जाने की वजह से वो विजिबल नहीं हुआ.
अच्छा. But awesome. This is the bands are so very clear. In fact, I think if I zoom, maybe we can see the इसमें the spot भी दिख रहा था इस एंगल से, और नहीं है, नहीं दिख रहा.
बट जब हम शूट कर रहे थे तो उस टाइम जो रेड स्पॉट था वो फ्रंट फेस पे नहीं था, तो इसमें रेड स्पॉट नहीं आ पाया.
ओके. बट जुपिटर अब ऑपोजिशन में जाने वाला होगा ना, दो तारीख तक. 2 तारीख तक आई थिंक इट सेकंड को मैक्सिमम पे होगा. So hopefully we should try to take some
Tonight is
shots.
also very bright. I saw Jupiter, it was very bright.
Yes. Yeah. It's next till, I think, till 9th or something. It's in a very good spot to photograph, and I think the team at Mukteshwar has done a good job on this. And it is quite cold. वहाँ ठंड भी बहुत है, तो 5000 शॉट लेने के लिए काफी रात तक काम भी करना पड़ा होगा. So it's not easy. So great work, and I think we should iska shot we should take more of these now, because I don't think itna sharp image Delhi se easily milta hai. Definitely not. I mean, even if you stack, because disturbance काफी रहती है. ठीक है. So should we go back to the moon and take a, उसके बाद YouTube में जब moon आ जाएगा एक break ले लेंगे. We will keep it like this, and and come back. मैं screen पे लिख देता हूँ कि you know एक मिनट. So let's put the moon up, and then I will share the this thing also. Samir, you can try to put on the moon.
Done.
Oh, this is ये आपने बहुत ही bright. Oh, so this is a close-up which you are showing us. Very nice. है ना?
Yes, sir.
So Amitabh ji, quite late for you. Are you used to doing this for years? Because
Yes, yes, yes.
some of these events are always at very interesting times, na?
Yeah.
So, but this is quite. I think the team keeps taking such shots. It's wonderful, and we can maybe after this just while the next time when we do, I think we should do one more event around Jupiter's opposition on second, right? Where we could do the same thing with Jupiter, and hopefully that day we could see the bands and maybe do a 15-minute of that because it's really bright at this time, right? So,
Yes, yes.
yeah, so the moon is back. I do see left corner में it is getting darker. या मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है
नो ये
हाँ अभी
रियल में डार्क हो रहा है.
हो रहा है ना
शुरू हो
Yes.
गया होगा या
हाँ हाँ
ऑलरेडी
सो
स्टार्टेड
या सो ये जो लेफ्ट टॉप पे अगर हम पहले वाले इमेज से अभी कंपेयर करें वी कैन सी इट इज गेटिंग डार्कर उस एरिया पे थोड़ा सा जूम करोगे तो थोड़ा ब्राइट और डार्क को समझ में आएगा बिकॉज एज लेफ्ट का एज अब काफी डार्क हो गया है मैंने यू कांट रियली सी द एज ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ द शॉट पीयूष मे बी यू कैन टेक अ फोटोग्राफ एंड सेंड इट टू सर इफ ही इज नॉट एबल टू see it you can center it a little bit थोड़ा right पे ले जाओ Amir if you could help that and you should share this shot with Piyush you can share this shot with people and say that in the team groups they want to post लोग अपने अपने you know people who are watching or people who are in our team can post it on their social media handles yes because clearly we can see dark हो रहा है Amitabh ji, am I right? I think very clearly on the right side it
I
is.
can't say I have to go out and see it right I'll go out and try
We
to
have
see
just
it.
sent you an image. We have just sent you an image.
Yeah.
So very clearly the right side edges can are clear, whereas
Yes, yes.
on my left, I mean the image screen left, yes, where the mouse is pointing is very clearly becoming dark.
Yeah, it is there. It is there.
It is very clearly. See this? Now he's done a close
I
up.
can see in the image that is sent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Amir, you can do two close-ups. One close-up of this side. इससे हमें दिख रहा है कि edge साफ नहीं नजर आ रही. And you can do उसके बाद close-up on the right side जहाँ पे अर्थ की शैडो पड़ी नहीं है. जहाँ पे सेम सेटिंग में हमको दिख रहा है कि इट इज ब्राइट. सो अगर ये दोनों का हम बीच बीच में एक बार ये देखें और एक बार दूसरा देखें तो हमें क्लियरली समझ में आएगा कि हाउ द पार्ट ऑफ द मून is looking dark very clearly. So I think this is interesting when you see it up so close through a telescope. Obviously, and this is live view. जब आंखों से देखते हैं क्योंकि अगर वो बॉल थोड़ा छोटा लगता है दूर लगता है तो कई बार it doesn't look so you know dramatic. Yeah, so maybe you can try to अब दूसरी साइड का शार्पनेस अगर देखें हम तो इट इज वेरी ब्राइट हियर so now we can see very clearly this side is so bright and दूसरी side is quite dark. Pretty interesting actually Amitabh ji, this is the first time I have done it like this, and the difference is quite stark. Piyush, you can take images of the right side like this, screenshot, and Amir, you could also take for later creating a video of this. I hope you are recording this. Are you able to? Is this getting recorded? I think on YouTube it is, right?
Right, sir.
Yeah. So APT पे if you can, maybe you can take some videos also. अभी हम बंद करेंगे 7-10 मिनट के लिए. वैसे अब तो शुरू हो गया है, बंद करना ठीक नहीं है बिकॉज राइट साइड इज वेरी क्लियर.
हाँ, ये
हाँ
1 o'clock पे स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, अराउंड 1:05 पे स्टार्ट हो जाएगा.
हाँ, बट ये एक्चुअली शैडो पड़नी शुरू हो गई है क्योंकि तुम राइट साइड का अपना देखो ब्राइटनेस. थोड़ा ब्राइटनेस कम हो गया या अब देखो लेफ्ट साइड को देखो, वेरी क्लियरली दिख रहा है ना, काला हो गया पूरा.
Yes.
हाँ
Yeah, it is very clear. So towards the side of Jupiter, which side Jupiter is clearly darkened.
या
ये जो टाइको क्रेटर वाला पार्ट था वो पहले से बहुत डार्क हो गया.
हम्म. ये एपीटी पे आप रिकॉर्ड भी कर पा रहे हैं वीडियो को या लाइव व्यू ही है सिर्फ?
दिस इज ओनली सर लाइव व्यू, बिकॉज एपीटी में हम सिर्फ कैप्चर कर पाएंगे शॉट.
अच्छा ठीक है, वो करते रहना फिर कुछ कुछ शॉट्स कैप्चर बीच बीच में ना, फिर आप इसका वो रिकॉर्ड के लिए अच्छा रहेगा बीच बीच में. तो शुड वी टेक अ ब्रेक फॉर सम टाइम? इसको चलने देते हैं, हम लोग थोड़ा ब्रेक ले लेते हैं.
Yeah, so that we can take a break. So we will join again in say 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's 12:54. Let's join at about 1:05, 10 minutes later. And is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. So इसका वीडियो चलने दो and we will so see you all soon. We will see you again. Thank you, sir. So Amir, let the shoot continue. You can keep shooting as this happens. ठीक है?
ओके.
Okay.
महेंद्र, ये देख होने लग रहा है. दिख रहा है वाला फोटो लगा था. ये किसने देख लिया? उसको तो देखने के बाद जमा
Hello.
Hello. Can you? Hi, welcome back. Can you change this Google screen also? It's showing uh, uh, something else.
सर वो मून की आ रही है उसमें यूट्यूब पे.
Okay. Yeah, YouTube is fine. Google screen I was talking about,
Okay.
so that I can also see it on Google.
सर आप शेयर कर लीजिए, मैं स्टॉप कर रहा हूँ शेयर.
मैंने स्टॉप कर दिया है. Screen अब नहीं चाहिए. We will. हम उसी पे रहेंगे. अ,
ठीक है, तो फिर वो ऐसे ऐसे रहने देते हैं, वो चलता रहेगा.
ठीक है. So okay, so we are live again. Amitabh ji, you are in the dark, and I think you are enjoying
Yeah,
outside.
I'm on the terrace, so I want to at least see it.
Okay.
Well, I can't see on YouTube, so at least see it in the real.
Oh,
So I can
wonderful.
talk.
Yeah. So you can very clearly see now the left top is, that almost Tycho is
Yeah, it
now
is very clear now.
very
Yeah, yeah,
clear. Yes. So I
yeah.
think the umbra phase has started. The maximum it will go to, I think currently it is about 5% or 2% maybe. It will go till 20%.
Yeah.
So 20% is quite a lot. I think this will look pretty good. And I'm happy Amir and all are also shooting it on another camera. So uh, that's great to see. So I think difficult to explain. I think the fun is in if you can go out, if you anybody who can go out and see. But if they have binoculars, if they have something else, they will enjoy this very clearly. Uh, but how cold is it in Barmaid? Seems to be a lot of wind blowing, sir.
Parma is a pleasant, like say, pleasant autumn night.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Ah, so
yeah.
no, that's great. Unlike, in fact,
Breezy.
in fact,
Yeah, I just got the image. Yeah, so it is matching with what I'm seeing. Yeah, it is matching with what I'm seeing. Yeah, so it is. We can clearly see the umbral shadow on the moon.
Good or bad, sir? I think some of us who have been who started our childhood without technology, it is quite interesting, right? To be able to
Yes. Yeah.
see an image from Mukteshwar, me sitting in Delhi,
बस
Gurgaon,
दिख रहा
you
है
are in
ब्लैक
Barmer,
और ठीक है।
and I think there is a lot of background noise. थोड़ा सा Mahinder, हाँ. But it's quite prominent now. And, can we zoom on the right side थोड़ा सा जहाँ bright है and the left side फिर जहाँ dark हो गया है जिससे कि वो समझ में आए clearly. आमिर और महेंद्र एक बार हाँ आई थिंक द इमेज वेंट डार्क या अब ठीक है
One thing I should remind everyone: these lunar and solar eclipses are
यस सर
best seen with naked eye.
नो
If you
दैट
can
इज
have chance to see them. So my best lunar eclipse is the naked eye watch. I
यस
was in hostel those days, so there were only 3 4 guys on the terrace. And we watched. And the moon was at that time the moon was almost overhead in the midnight, and it turned copper color. So despite having all the equipment, the experience watching yourself with naked eye is the best. And same goes for solar eclipse. If you can watch total solar eclipse without filter or any equipment, that's the best experience. Yeah. Of course, equipment enhances the experience, but
यस
they're getting white field in the when the time of lunar eclipse, or
या आई थिंक देयर इज
because you can watch few stars also and planets.
या आमिर यू मे नीड टू स्टॉप द फीड वो बार बार टॉगल कर रहा है आमिर थोड़ा डार्क भी ज्यादा हो गया
यस सर चेंज
आई थिंक यू शुड नॉट इसको आप शूट करने की कोशिश मत करो लाइव व्यू पे ही रहो और थोड़ा ब्राइट कर दो अगर कर सकते हो तो है ना what are you trying to start we can if you want yeah Hmm, it is going away I think we should you want to yeah keep it stable थोड़ा सा हाँ अब स्टेबल है वेरी गुड but the APT etc with the one thing I wanted to just ask you Amitabh ji I know I'm sure it is something to do with science only uh, Amitabh ji are you there Amitabh ji are you there
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, and yeah, yeah.
yeah when we see with the naked
Can you
eye
hear me?
yeah I can hear you when we see with
Yeah.
the naked eye the same moon appears uh, reddish whereas obviously हम जब कैमरा से ले रहे हैं it is looking black and white now obviously that has something to do with the atmosphere right which makes it fun so would you like to talk about that a little bit
Yeah. No, this is you are talking about difference between the camera image and naked eye image.
naked eye is usually reddish right as the moon starts getting
Yeah,
covered
so there is always difference between naked eye image and camera image. Even the different camera give you different colors.
yes
So that is a difference between exposure and the calibration, white balance. So many factors are there. But uh, camera is more sensitive to color. That is a fact is there. So naked eye should show less color than the camera image.
yeah which is why I'm
As
trying to
much I understand.
yeah I'm trying to see this on the phone as you are seeing the naked eye are you able to see a darkish shadow or blackish shadow, or you are seeing a little reddish due to atmosphere, or is it just blackish? Just wanted to understand.
I can't make out that difference. Just came back to room because a lot of noise was coming out of the winds.
Ah,
I
yes,
just
yes.
back in room.
So, are you able to now
The
see
noise was coming from the.
without your own video? Are you able to link to see the YouTube link, or that the image is not appearing?
No, that is not still not. Still showing blank. No view.
Oh,
I don't know what is happening.
uh,
Uh,
that's a bit
I don't
sad.
see any view.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
how long is this umbra phase, sir? Just now we have
This is this should last.
Amir.
Yeah. Partial eclipse will end at say about 2:22. Will continue. Maximum eclipse is happening at 1:44. So
Okay,
that time the
so this darkening will continue for till growing till 1:30,
continue to increase
another 30
till
minutes.
1:44.
Yes.
Another 30. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So that's interesting. That's interesting. So it is now. I think we will have another 30 minutes. I hope Piyush, you can send this to people who might have dropped out, because we had some friends who then called me. You just stopped it when I was coming online, Riyadh, etc. So if you want, you can just send them the latest image that this darkening will continue for another 30 minutes. So I think almost 20%. And this, by the way, I was seeing the spread of this. This is quite widespread. I think most parts of the world will be able to kind of enjoy this, right? This particular
This is this eclipse is the most starting from say uh, almost entire world. North America is going to miss it entirely. Most of
Mm,
the North America. Yeah.
right.
The partial part. Yeah. And South America also say this western part is not going to see. So this is yeah. But otherwise, entire Asia, Africa, Australia, even the Greenland,
Yeah, I think
entire Indian Ocean,
yeah.
this
So
Pacific.
now one, this is a good image on YouTube, Amir. Isko where I can see on YouTube, or if you can also show me on Google, because I am not able to react. आमिर अगर गूगल पे भी यही दिख जाए थोड़ा इजी हो जाएगा, because then I can discuss, because I saw that on the right side, just now YouTube पे you had
Sure.
zoomed it on the white right side, and very bright. You can make out the the features of the moon. So it very clearly on the left side, अगर even if dark side पे हम ना
क्या
जाए.
हो गया भाई, टेलीस्कोप बंद हो गया क्या ऊपर? महेंद्र देखियो एक बार जाके।
Amir, you need to mute yourself. Yeah.
सर इन यूट्यूब म्यूट है वो, मीटिंग में आ गया।
अच्छा, क्या हो गया? दिख तो रहा है। पावर टैंक खत्म हो गया होगा या तो।
है मेरे फोन से चल नहीं रहा, रुक जा।
बट वी कैन, आमिर दिख तो रहा है ये यूट्यूब में।
हाँ सर, वो करेंटली हो रहा है, थोड़ी देर बाद आएगा यूट्यूब पे।
नहीं मतलब यूट्यूब पे जो दिख रहा है वो बंद हो गया क्या? तू कह रहा है?
कैमरे की। हाँ तो चेंज कर दो।
फटाफट करो जो करो, लोग लाइव पे ना कट जाता है फिर।
हो गया सर।
हो गया, वेरी गुड। सो तूने जो अभी राइट साइड पे फोकस किया था ना, वो बहुत बढ़िया था। एंड देन उसके बाद एकदम अंधेरे पे नहीं, थोड़ा नीचे लेफ्ट साइड पे फोकस करेगा ना, पार्ट अंधेरा पार्ट वो, तो दोनों का डिफरेंस नजर आएगा। चलो लेट्स गो लाइव। आर वी लाइव? एंड गूगल पे भी ये शीट नई स्क्रीन चेंज कर सकता जो जुपिटर लगा हुआ है, बिकॉज मेरे को नहीं तो समझ में नहीं आता। मैं फिर यहाँ पे बात करता हूँ यूट्यूब देख के, तो डिले में बात कर रहा हूँ।
Done, sir.
Okay, so we are coming back. I hope, guys, you can hear us. So, as we took a break and then we had to reset it, uh, what you can see on screen is just to explain to you, and then we will get into a bit of, maybe we'll explain it through slides also, theoretically. The right side of the moon on the YouTube, as you can see, is bright. That's how the full moon is. And on the left, suddenly it seems as if a chunk has got eaten away. This is how the folklore was used to talk about the moon has got eaten. But essentially, what's happened is we started this at 11:30. So we were explaining that the Earth's shadow, Earth is between the sun and the moon, and therefore the sun's light, which falls on the moon and therefore makes it bright. Moon obviously has no light of its own, but that's what gives it that bright shine. So now with the Earth in between, it is at such an angle that the shadow of the Earth was falling, and like you would have seen in certain shadows, there is a central part which is dark, and then there is an outer part that is called the penumbra. So that is what started at 11:30, and it was not perceptibly dark. But since about 1 o'clock, we are seeing that now it is perceptibly dark, and you can see that the left side has kind of got pretty much eaten away. Amir, I think just keep it in the center, and then let's go to the slide a little bit also. Or if you can zoom on Amir on one part of the moon, because the tracking is taking it on the right side. Yeah, Amir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
you're
yes, sir.
tracking the it is going out of the APT, so you need to center it a little bit. So as you see, because we were resetting it, why an automatic telescope is important, because the speed, suddenly you see the moon going out of the screen, and that's because as we have hooked it up, the telescope through a camera to to beam it here live, uh, the Earth rotation and the moon's movement and Earth's movement is means that we actually the moon passes through very fast in the overall day, because we tend to not see, but obviously moon rises and sets, but there is a perceptible movement if you do a close up. So Amir, you can put up the slide so that we can explain as you center the moon again.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, now the moon is dancing across the screen, which is fine. Uh, so you can put up the presentation so that we can explain, or you can center the moon. Yeah. Yeah. Is the camera on fully automatic mode, or it's in a manual mode? Amir,
Yes, sir.
camera is an automatic mode or manual mode?
Automatic, sir. Right now is automatic.
Yeah, because the tracking seems to be a little वो बार बार right चला जा रहा है. That
Hmm.
happens because of the tracking issue. So yeah, so if you zoom here a little bit, it's again going on the right. So I hope the tracking is exact. Yeah, I think it is still going on the right. So maybe we can go to the presentation while you said this.
One second. Done, sir.
Okay, and then you can. Well, the Riyadh, the image you are seeing is of moon, and all the you can actually see the the craters, the basins, like deep gorges, and the kind of some mountains, but you can't really make it out because it's a bright moon. But on the left top, the moon has become dark, and on the right, it is still bright because on the left side is the shadow of the Earth, which is appearing. So, Amir, you can maybe take a zoom of the right side, possible?
In presentation.
No, I'm seeing on YouTube. Are you now on presentation?
Yes.
Okay. So I think it's still not come to YouTube because of a bit of lag. So I
Yeah.
was trying to explain the YouTube. So now, if you all are seeing the presentation, Amitabh ji, are you there?
Yeah, I can see the presentation. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
So I thought we will just recap for some users that,
but
yeah, I
disappeared
thought,
from my screen. Just it was there. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Yes. Not visible.
okay. So our customer, one of the YouTube chat, someone is saying, "Can I see the actual images, not the presentation?" So, uh, uh, Amir, will you be ready soon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you can get the, I think let's get back the main totality because only 14 minutes are left.
Yes.
Not totality, main uh, maximum partial eclipse.
Done.
Okay. Bar, it is going on the right. Is it because of APT or the tracking?
Because of the ATP in my screen,
Yeah.
it's moving.
So उसको ठीक कर सकते हैं?
हाँ, अब ये मून सेंटर में है सर, स्क्रीन में आएगा शो.
ठीक है. So I'll wait for it. जैसे YouTube पे आएगा, then I can because or I can stop it. Is it there on Google? Then I'll stop this.
Okay.
If you can show it on Google, then I can explain.
धूप हो गया है. धूप हो गई है.
Is this correct now, or what is coming on YouTube? Yeah. I think अब mirror image हो गया है, right? So there is a lag. I think my presentation came back on YouTube. So are you able to on Google see our screen, Amitabh ji?
I can see only the Amir is presenting. That is what is coming. My YouTube is now showing the video, but in very poor video is coming.
Let us, if you can see the
That is
Google
what I
video,
think.
if you can see the Google screen, let us talk through that because YouTube will anyway happen on a lag. So this Amir is presenting, has it changed to the moon image for you?
No, no, not yet. I can only see his icon.
You can?
His GP I can see, but not. Only GP is visible.
Okay. Are you not able to see the moon? Because
Now is
No,
okay.
now I can see.
okay,
I can see, yeah.
okay, very good.
But it is very small. There are so many other videos coming.
Ha.
Yeah.
So Amir, if you can,
Ah,
what maybe on YouTube, may it is coming full. So if, Google, if you could, is it possible to see only the large screen on Google, और ये सब आएगा, ये जो ऑडियो मिक्सर वगैरह?
I am trying.
Okay. Sir, are you seeing on phone or laptop? Because that will help.
I'm seeing on phone. No, on the iPad, I can see the YouTube video image. So I can see the moon, entire image of the moon on that. And the darkening also is very clearly visible in this.
Yeah. Now
So,
now basically
yeah.
what you are seeing now is the mirror image. Earlier, what we had was the darkening was on the
Yeah.
left side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
a
So
mirror
this is.
image. Uh, yeah. So I think this is now almost nearing totality, because if you really see, almost 20-30% of the moon is kind of,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mahinder, you need to switch.
144 is the time of the maximum.
Uh, yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is very clearly. So this is the darkness ka close up, which I have put. You can see on YouTube now. What we are doing is we are showing you, आपको दोनों तरफ दिखाएंगे. एक तरफ जहां ब्राइट है लेफ्ट साइड पे, उसको we will zoom in, and then we will try to zoom into the the other side. Uh, yeah, that's a good image. YouTube, it has become dark. I don't know why. Now it has come. So if you can see what we are seeing now on the left side, you can also see a marina and craters. So this is the edge of the moon, and this is very clearly bright side. Okay. Uh, Whereas, how are these marina created, sir? Would you like to, if I'm spelling them right for our viewers?
I can't see it yet.
Acha. Okay. So now he's going across, slowly across the center of the moon. This is good, Amir. If you keep moving slowly across, so from this edge, अब आप आहिस्ता आहिस्ता राइट चलते रहेंगे. So then you will be able to, come across to the right side. And in the right side, you will be. So now we are kind of going across the surface of the moon. Keep going on the right. You can see that when there is a crater impact, one can see the lines of all the dust, which is kind of, it's almost like, sometimes we do it as children. We would take a marble and throw it in a sand, and then the way it leaves a mark. And these are deep trenches across the
You
moon.
just see the mere Chrysium just
Yes,
passed.
yes.
Yes.
So this is he's doing a slow move across the moon. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. So,
yeah. but it's not. I think on YouTube currently we are seeing the presentation, so hopefully it will come back to this.
So the area actually lava flooded plains.
Yes.
When the large impact happened, so the lot of lava came out and flooded this terrain. So they are completely flatter region.
Yeah.
That's why they appear darker. And the brighter parts are highland, mountainous region.
Yeah. Now we are slowly going to darker areas because of the shadow. Uh, I think the shadow is playing a part here. Uh, you know, thoda sa you might need to zoom out to show. I mean, if you zoom out a little bit, then we can why then people can easily see that it is a
You can see now it
yeah.
quite a bit darker.
Yes, yes. Is it streaming also, Amir? Because it is streaming. It is streaming very clearly. It's an earlier image, but I think this movement on ये सब नहीं आया, or it got delayed. I don't know what happened. Because it's showing started 1 hour ago. We started maybe much more. So, but anyway. So, yeah, I think this is almost now at its peak. So we have been having good fun. Uh, you want to go zoom in a little bit to the darker area and see if we are able to discern any images, or it is like that. Yes. Yeah. If you go on the top corner, yeah. Now now, so if people are watching, they need to see this, how dark this has become. Obviously, and now if you zoom out, Amir, and if you zoom in to a area which is light, which is bright. Yeah, very nice, very clearly bright, and uh, good fun. You are able to see, Amitabh ji?
Yes, yes, I can see that.
Yeah, it is quite interesting to see eclipse in a zoomed condition.
Yes.
So yeah, this edge is very interesting. Some people do photographs where they, agar when conjunction happens, typically, right? You can suppose this is the moon, and you can actually see Saturn or something. Of course, they do a bit of trick imagery, but what they do is they take the Saturn
Well,
focus,
occultation. Yeah,
occultation
occultation of Venus, Jupiter, Saturn. Yeah.
with the moon. When that happens,
Yeah.
uh, it's pretty dramatic.
Sometimes the stars also,
Yes, yes.
especially stars of the Fridays. Very.
Yeah. In fact, there was a thing which where once I remember in my childhood where Venus, it seemed, had entered moon. Basically, moon went across Venus and it came out on the other side, right? So that happens because the moon obviously moves much faster across the sky as we see it, not in sheer speed, not in actual speed. But somebody is asking there, what are the patches out there on the moon? So should I?
Most of the dark patches are they call Maria, or sometimes they call C. They are the lava flooded plains. So
Uh,
when the large impact happened on the moon,
Ah,
So the lava came out and this plain areas flooded.
hmm.
So you can see the more, if you can more zoom in, you can see the small crater within the lava, these lava plains also.
Okay.
So
Hmm. So essentially now will it almost the same time it took for the umbra to come in, and it will take the
yeah.
same amount of time to go out,
So
right?
the maximum eclipse is now happened.
Yes.
So
Great. And I must thank,
this will continue till 222.
yeah. No, I think we will continue for some time. The team is shooting, but
Yeah.
I must thank. This has been a great experience. I must thank Amir, Mahinder, Piyush, who've been preparing for this for some time, because it's not easy to get all the technicalities right, especially when we are in a remote location, right? So this has been obviously a long this thing, but this has given us confidence to, as I said, do maybe a 15-minute show of Jupiter, or a 10-minute show of Jupiter, 10-minute show live of Saturn over the next few weeks, right? Because Saturn is also looking very nice nowadays, and it's in the early evening, so it's not like very early morning like in summers. I don't know whether we can do deep sky objects, but we will try that also. But deep sky objects on a live view is possible, but we will see how that goes. Yeah, but your thoughts,
Some
sir?
object are possible if sky is good. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Andromeda, I think we should try maybe, or
Yeah,
definitely.
Orion Nebula, Orion is there up in the sky, but
Yes,
the moon is too bright.
moon is too bright now. Yes. No, we will try it. We'll try to do a Jupiter opposition, which should be
Yeah.
possible on today is 29th. We will try to do it on second or third, second,
Yeah.
and second or third, and then we will follow it up with a Saturn, and then during the early moon, around Diwali, just before Diwali or one day after Diwali, we can do the deep sky. We'll try to do a deep sky object. Of course, I don't know how bright it will be and all that. We will try that. So excellent work. Any your thoughts, sir? Sir, have you been part of something like this, or usually you've been part of many shows across many TV channels? Did they ever do live, or it was
Yeah,
just?
so that is the bad part about being on TV show that you yourself cannot see. That is the, we are in the
Uh,
studio, so this is fun to see,
yes,
and real sky,
yeah,
and that is an experience everyone should have.
yeah. No, I think there is a lot of I don't know whether in my lifetime or yours, but definitely for the next generation, I think man would be on the moon, definitely with a colony. Looks like it in another 50 years. Whether that's good or bad, or it takes out the
I think
romantic.
that will happen. That happens. Next decade, man will be by next decade.
Yes,
In 10 years, man should be back on moon at least. Start again.
that's awesome. It's our nearest neighbor, and I think when was going through the presentation and see all the myths and the legends. Hopefully, the more we are closer to science, the more we see these things. There is nothing, no judgment on myths and this thing, but definitely it should not lead to superstition. It should not lead to bad practices. Faith is different, but definitely, science should help, and this kind of it very clearly shows. Now it's obviously at its maximum. I think uh, some shows almost 30%. But yes, some child in the years back would have thought, oh, some monster has come and eaten half of the moon, if not the full this time, very clearly. Yeah. So I think we can spend another few minutes and then the team can continue shooting it, but we can call it a day because I think the maximum has almost happened, right? And now it will only reduce. It's been a quite a long show, and thank you for Amitabh ji your time. So Amir and Mahinder,
Now
if
this will be interesting season. Next season, they're
yes,
going to annual eclipse.
yes,
One this year, one next year.
yeah,
So, but not in India. Unfortunately, both are in Americas. One
yes,
in
yes,
North America, one in South America. Yeah,
yes. Let's see. Maybe if all goes well, we could do a streaming from there. That is also possible. If nothing else, so we can bring it live to all our viewers here. But that one is usually done by NASA also. So I don't think because usually annual like this last solar eclipse which just happened was beamed also by NASA, which is great. So
A lot of amateurs are also doing so. Not difficult. A lot of technologies are there
yes.
using internet, so that is possible.
Yeah, so I think we will bring one of our partners to do that. But for now, let us. The idea is to get this technology right. This is the first time we are doing it from India's backyard, remote locations like Mukteshwar, in a fruit orchard. At maybe now the temperature there would be about 7 degrees and 8 degrees, and in the open, the team is sitting under an open sky. So hats off to them. आमिर महेंद्र अगर आपकी शक्ल दिखे एक बार तो we would like to say thank you to you for all the hard work and the excellent effort done. There you are, a very small image of Amir, but jackets and topi, so we can understand that it is quite cold. बट तुमने जो वो मून का पूरा वो किया ना ऐसे करके स्लोली लेफ्ट से राइट दैट वाज एक्सीलेंट इससे आई थिंक पीपल अंडरस्टूड द हाउ a telescope helps because you can go up close, you can see the all the craters and the patches and understand that how the eclipse shadow which we explained in theory has done this. So, any last words, any last comments, Amitabh ji, and then we will stop this YouTube
Yes,
broadcast.
it was fun to watch this. Interestingly, we are from three different locations. We are having it: Mukteshwar, Delhi,
Yeah,
Gurgaon, and Barmer.
yeah. And
Yeah, so
next time we could,
getting connected.
yeah, this time we are doing it from Mukteshwar, but I'm looking forward to do it once from South India also, Madikeri. We can do it from all any one of our locations soon. That will give different perspectives of the sky, and that's also very interesting for people to know an object which would have risen at 6 o'clock in north and how it is appearing in south and when is it appearing. So that also is a good learning which people can have. Okay, so we'll sign off then. We will close
Yeah,
the
thank you.
YouTube link. Amir, you can close the YouTube link and please confirm after you've done that. So thank you to all those who joined, and we will of course create edits and share it so that people who couldn't join or couldn't be part of such a late night show are able to enjoy. Is